Hello, hi, I'm Paul from Zeedup Technologies, and today I'm going to introduce you new ESB, and also I'm going to explain its features and the concepts what we are covering in new ESB. So I'm from Zeedup Technologies. Zeedup Technologies is one of the most top #1 enterprise software developing and cloud computing services provided by Zeedup, and we are the top #1 service provider in this field. I'm Paul Anthony, and I'm the host today to explain you about new ESB. And talking myself, I have total 14 years of experience in overall, and I have total 8 years experience in networking and cloud, and remaining years I have spent for software. So when talking about new ESB, so new ESB is a lightweight Java-based enterprise service bus and integration platform that allows developers to connect applications quickly and easily, enabling them to efficiently exchange data. So therefore, new ESB allows different applications to communicate with each other via a transit system to carry data between applications within your enterprise or across the internet. So it is also useful if you use more than one type of communication protocol while integrating 3 or more application services. So let us show you how this new ESB is all about. When talking about new ESB, and because it is something integration of applications, and it is based on Java. And because MuleSB is a lightweight Java programming language, through ESB, user can integrate or communicate with multiple applications, and MuleSB enables easy integration of existing systems regardless of different technologies that an application uses, including JMS, web service, JDBC, and HTTP. So what is meant by enterprise service bus? That's something important for us to understand, because enterprise service bus is an application that gives access to other applications and services. So its main task is to be messaging and integration backbone of an enterprise. So an ESB is distributed middleware system to integrate different applications. All these applications communicate through the ESB. So it consists of set of services containers that integrate various types of applications. These containers are interconnected with reliable message services. What do you mean by this reliable message services? Because MuleSB is a lightweight Java-based enterprise service bus and integration platform that allow developers and integrators to connect applications together quickly and easily, so enabling them to exchange data. So there are two types of editions we have in MuleSB in order to communicate with each other that I am going to show you here. So first of all, the question is, first question you may getting in this mind, what is Mule ESB? And as I already told you, Mule ESB is a lightweight Java-based enterprise service bus and integration platform that allow developers and integrators to connect applications together quickly and easily, enable them to exchange data. So this is how the Mule ESB is here. So we have two types of editions in Mule ESB. First one is community and the second one is enterprise. So the two editions, because Mule ESB Enterprise is an enterprise class version of Mule ESB with additional features and capabilities that are ideal for clustering and performance tuning, data mapper and SAP connector. So when we see the Mule ESB community and enterprise editions are built on a common code base, so that it's easy to upgrade from Mule ESB community to Mule ESB enterprise. So Mule ESB enables easy integration of existing systems regardless of different technologies that application use, including JMS, web services, NMVC, and HTTP. So the key advantages of an ESB is that it allows different applications to communicate with each other, acting as transit system for carrying data between applications that is within your enterprise or across the internet. So what are the capabilities we have in Mule? So that we have list of powerful capabilities we have. So service creation and hosting. Second one is message routing. Data transformation. These are some powerful capabilities that we'll have. So when you see, when you examine how your message flows through Mule ESB, so we have three layers of architecture. So we have the first one is application layer. And the second one is integration layer. And third one is transport layer. So three types of layers. And And we have seen the mule and its configurations. In this one, we can see we have service component development. Here we have service orchestration. And then we have integration, and then Spring Beans, and then agents, connectors, global configuration, global endpoints, and global processor. What is this about? These things we have here: service creation hosting, because it exposes and hosts reusable services using Mule ESB, and it's a lightweight service container. What is service mediation? Because it shields service from service formats and protocols. It's a separate business logic from messaging and enables location-independent service calls. When we have message routing, because it routes, filters, aggregates, and resequences message based on content and routes. When come to data transformation, it exchanges data across variety of formats and transport protocol. As I already stated to you, Mule ESB is lightweight but highly scalable, allowing you to start small and connect more applications over time. Then Mule provides a Java-based messaging frameworks. That's why Mule manages all the interactions between applications and components transparently. And Mule provides transformations, routing, filtering, endpoints, and so on. So when we see here Mule and its configuration, we have some components, service component that is development. Because this involves developing or reusing an existing POJOs, which is a class with attributes, and it generates the get and set methods, cloud connectors, or Spring Beans that contains the business logic and will consume, process, and enrich messages. When it comes to service, or that is orchestration, because this involves configuration, message processors, routers, transformers, and filters that provide the service that is mediation and orchestration capabilities required to allow compositions of loosely coupled services using a Mule flow. So new orchestration elements can be created also and dropped into your deployment. When come to integration, because a key requirement for service mediation is decoupling services from the underlying protocols. And Mule provides transport methods to allow dispatching and receiving message on different protocol connectors. So these connectors are configured in Mule configuration file and can be referenced from the orchestration layer. And Mule supports many existing transport methods and all the popular communications protocol. But you may also develop a custom transport method if you need to extend the Mule support, particularly legacy or proprietary systems. Then come to Spring Beans, because you can construct service components for Spring Beans and define these Spring components through the configuration file. If you don't have this file, you will need to define it manually in Mule configuration file. What is agents? Because an agent is a service that is created in Mule Studio. When you start the server, an agent is created. When you stop the server, this agent will be destroyed. When we have connector, because the connector is a software component. And global configuration used to set the global properties and settings. And global endpoints, the global endpoints can use with global elements tab. So we can use global properties element at many times as the flow as we went. So we must pass the global properties reference system. So then we have global message processor, and this global message processor absorbs a message or modifies either a message or message flow, and examples include transformers and filters. And also I can add . 'Cause transformers. So we have other things. We have transformers because a transformer converts data from one format to another, and user can define them globally and use them in multiple flows. When we have filters, actually filters decide which mule message should be processed. Finally, I can say filters specify the conditions that must be met for message to be routed to the service or continue progressing through the flow. There are several standard filters that comes with Mule ESB, which you can create your own filters. When you have models, actually it is a logic group of service which are created in Mule Studio, and user can start and stop all the services inside a particular model. When come to services, because user can define one or more services that what we are component, business logic, and configure routers, endpoints, transformers, and filters very specifically for that service. Service can connect it using endpoints. And then what is endpoint? Because services are connected using endpoints. It is an object on which the services will receive inbound and send outbound messages. What do you mean by flow? Because flow is used for message processor to define message flow between source and target. This is how the mule is structured, and this is all about inside the mule. And it is one of the most strongest integration applications we have in the integration form of application existence. And also I can say that Mule ESP, suppose you want to configure the Mule ESP, you need to have a following requirement inside your system. First, you need to have Java 1.8 version. Second, you should have Point Studio, and third, Maven and Jersey files, and fourth one, if you want, you can have additional workers. So these all things should be available. And if you come to any point studio that I'm going to show here, you can see I have already installed Java in my system. So I have Java installed. So I can click on any point studio and just click on this. It's already installed. This is Eclipse. This is Eclipse software. So if you have some experience work with Eclipse, you can able to continue with that. You can continue with the same experiences in any point studio. This is for Mulesoft. Asking the workspace launcher, click OK. So here, this Mule Studio opened, and suppose I'm launching a new project. So we have a Mule project. Yes, so doing some So that is why it's open. You can see here when I click on this, we have a palette here. It contains all the components required for us to design a flow. When I'm talking about ESB, because ESB is fundamentally an architecture, so you can see the core concept of ESB architecture is that you can integrate different applications by putting a communications bus between them and then enable each applications to talk in the bus. So these decouple systems from each other, allowing them to communicate without dependency or knowledge of other systems in the bus. So the concept of ESB was born out of the need to move away from point-to-point integration, which becomes brittle and hard to manage over time. So, that's why you see here there are a lot of connectors are there. You can see there is a lot of scopes, and you can see components, transformers, and filters, and flow control. So these are all the things what we have in Mule palette. So you have to design the flow here, and then you have to set the properties, and you have to run this one, and this is in this one. So the question is, why you choose Mule? You can see because Mule is lightweight, is accessible. Any developer can learn Mule. Scale is at any time scale up, scale down, message agnostic, and cloud ready. These are some new features what we have. And as I told, Mule is lightweight, because Mule ESB is lightweight, not term in size of 40 MB, but also cost of making charges no existing integration. So the Mule runtime offers that is modularization and super fast hot deployment, as well as configuration model that makes this reorder and add change functionality. So Mule provides a light and scalable service container for publishing REST and SOAP services, REST means representation, state transfer, and SOAP, that is a simple object access protocol. So since Mule integrates tightly with Spring, so it means developers can also leverage their capabilities to Spring to multiple business logic. And as you say, Mule use the common tools that all Java developers are familiar with, such as Maven, Eclipse, JUnit, and Spring. And Mule uses the XML configuration model to define logic and custom code can be written in a variety of languages. So including Java, Groovy, JavaScript, Ruby, and Python. So also Mule Studio helps new developers to get up speed quickly with the graphical development environment. So that is one. Then if you see one more side, sorry. The Mule runtime is easy embeddable into applications, so it can also embeddable with your application servers such as Tomcat, JBoss, RAS, or directly embedded. So most importantly, Mule provides JUnit support, so it can be embedded in a JUnit test cases. So that's important. And also a powerful feature of Mule is that the container is a message is agnostic. So this means it does not force XML messages on its users. So where XML is common, there are many scenarios where you want to use JSON, flat files, COBOL, copybooks, binary, and file attachment streams, and Java objects. So and this Mule ESB, see, if you rather leave the application architecture, hosting and monitoring of your integration to the integration experts, that Cloud Hub is for you, because Cloud Hub is integration platform as that is called Internet as this platform as a service that gets you up and running in minutes. So this is how this is the Mule ESB is something like this. And also Mule ESB provides us flexibility, scalability, and availability, and integration of the different types of applications in a single place. So here we are. So in this palette only you're going to fix, you can go to drag all those components and you're going to fix here. So that is why I told this Mule ESB is the one which is fundamentally one of the most high level of integration and easiest way of integrating the applications inside that. And when you see the Mule ESBs, because we have to understand about because also I can say some of the problems that we may have in ESB, like the integration of existing system and refactorable in real time, then flexibility to change the requirement change. These implies because service location transparency and scalable point solutions for enterprise, sharing of service for the enterprise, so ability to separate business services from service implementations and leverage estimate. These are some problems that we have. So in enterprise, ESB is a new architecture that exploits web services, messaging, middleware, intelligent routing and transformation. So ESB acts as a lightweight, that is object-US integration backbone through which software services and applications cooperate flow. I can say that ESB is enterprise service bus, which simplifies the integration and flexible reuse of business components using standard-based service that is oriented architecture that is free of the inflexible and costly customization required by other middleware technology. So that's why this lets architecture that dynamically configure the reliable connections, the mediation and control of services and the interactions. So also, that's why this new ESB offers end-to-end 100% web services-based enterprise and service and spanning service operation through sophisticated service or orchestration with native BPEL support. And the new features includes deep support for wide range of XML and web services standards and multi-protocol messaging, routing and adapters. So including full support of WS reliable message and the option to fully integrate versions of JBoss, JMS, extensive and initiative transformation support for XML and non-XML applications and data, and complete support for PEL and workflow and routing. So this includes the suite of powerful Eclipse-based tools for design, development and management of the complex workflows. So this is also here in Zeedup technology. We are going to cover all the experts of the new step by step, one by one, procedure by procedure. So first we are going to cover. So here I'm going to list you what are the things we are going to cover in Muse ESP that gives you a lot of flexibility and also gives you good understanding also. Just a minute, hold on. Thank you. So here, so first is the more introduction to the application integration. So here we are going to understand about them, then messaging patterns, and then the synchronized interaction time. And then synchronized interaction by Provider exchange. Now we have the bandwidth. So monitoring the components. Separators and components. And this is about the flow of each component. And then so REST and APIs of components, and then working with property processor source. And then configure points. Transformers. Then filters. Exception handling. And last we going to cover media. So so this is all the topics we're going to cover in ESB. Each and every topic will be teachers privately and securely, and also step by step, practical by practical and procedure by procedure. So these are all the things what we have in ESB, and we're going to cover these things very depth, and you can get the most of the benefit with Anypoint Studio here. This is a software where to integrate with ESB. And that is the important thing to understand. I hope you understand these things, what are these cover. Thank you so much for joining with me. I'm Paul from Zeedup Technologies. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.